Hello everybody, Flick here. It's time for yet another Let's Look At, and as I audibly sigh, I must say that it's for Destiny 2. If you're a Destiny fanboy, or fangirl, you will probably not want to watch this one, as I'm going to be talking about some harsh truths about this game. You're allowed to like it if you like. I would disagree with you vehemently if you did. So it's probably better you just skip this one if you're very into the Destiny lore, what little of it there is. Anyway, this is Destiny 2. I played it for about 8 hours so far. I'm into the 5th area, I believe, Nessus, which is where we're going to go. I'll just do a side quest on camera, so don't worry too much about quote-unquote main story. So let me fly there. And if we do this side quest, I guess, actually, let's see. Yeah, we'll do this side quest. Retrieve some data, get an upgrade point for it, and there's a quick travel I can start at for it. So very quickly though, I did play Destiny 1, and if you're at all familiar with like my top 5 best and worst videos games I play each year that I do every December, and we'll be doing again this year for the record. Destiny 1 was my least favourite game I played in the year it was released. So you might be asking, why on earth, if you hated the first one so much, for justifiable reasons, would you even bother with the second one? And there's 2 reasons for that as we load into the world here. Reason 1, anytime I told anyone I didn't like Destiny 1, they immediately followed up with the question, without fail actually, did you play the DLC? And I said, no, I played the base game of Destiny 1. And they would always say, oh well, of course you didn't like it then, it's because you didn't play the DLC. They fixed it with the DLC, they added story, plot, character progression, a point to play, boss fights, a world that you actually care about. Made the characters more interesting, character classes that is. So I was like, oh okay, so maybe I did miss out on something by not playing the DLC for the first one. I don't think it's excusable that the DLC has to fix a game into a fun state, but I'll accept that maybe that was true. So I thought, okay. And the second reason I decided to play Destiny 2 was because I was looking for a kind of run-of-the-mill, turn your brain off and shoot things game. It's a guilty pleasure every so often. Kind of like Borderlands, you know, that kind of thing. It's just a game where you don't really need to care about anything. You just point at stuff and you shoot, and then the console auto-aim that's come across to the PC version just makes sure that you hit the enemy in the head, so you don't even need to worry about aiming either. So I was like, okay, it's something to turn my brain off to. And that's what I was looking for. I went in with the lowest of low expectations that I would just get a brainless shooter that wouldn't be as abrasive, insulting, and shitty as Destiny 1 was. And I was never actually going to do a Let's Look At of Destiny 2 because I went in with such low expectations, and I knew I wouldn't leave with more than positive ones than that. But anytime I see the Destiny developer, well Bungie, and specifically via Activision as well, kind of defend the state of the game when players have very genuine complaints about it, it got on my nerves. So okay, they're going to defend their game, so I'm going to attack their game. Destiny 2 is terrible. I went in wanting bland, and I got what I wanted, I guess, but it's not as insulting as Destiny 1. That's about the only compliment I'm going to be able to pay to it, besides it looks kind of pretty and the music is good. But it's not a good game. I went in with the lowest of low expectations, and I still came out not wanting to play it anymore. That's why I've only made it this far, even though I'm sure the story mode is very short. I just have no interest in anything to do with this game at all. I don't even know where is it? It's there. Okay, we'll track that. I thought I'd actually done this one. And it feels like punching down. It feels like poking fun or critiquing Destiny 2 is the equivalent of punching a toddler, or doing a dissertation on everything that's wrong with room temperature water. It's just, it feels like it's not worth the time. But then I see the developers trying to justify what they've done. That same Bungie arrogance that pissed me off so much with Destiny 1, they're still the exact same way. And it's frustrating. But anyway, let's hear the intro to this side mission. It'll be go kill some things, protect Ghost, or examine thing with Ghost. And then it'll be over, because every side quest in this game is exactly the same.
Captain, I have identified multiple data-rich caches to plunder. I have created an unauthorized login for the friendly Ghost. The Vex will believe he is one of them. Ideally, they will share their secrets.
That's actually very helpful of you. Let's see what we can learn.
Huh, they're just over there, huh? Alright, well at least I don't need to travel through the same area on each planet over and over for each side mission. The side missions are obviously optional. Scan and defend. Scan and defend. Classic. So what is the story of Destiny 2? Of what little story there is?
The platforms are charged.
Oh, hang on.
Is this a deterrent or an experiment?
Oh, I'm dying.
I can never tell.
The story is alien called Gaul, which is not as clever as Bungie thinks it is, has the gall to... that was the one done. To attack... oh. Can I start it up here safely? Oh, I can. Attack the Guardian's home. You're playing as a Guardian again. They have a Magic the Gathering logo machine, and it surrounds the Traveller, which is the source of Guardian's powers, which makes them immortal, which is the worst part of the Guardian lore, incidentally. So it removes that. They're no longer immortal, and as it turns out, when they're not immortal, they're really, really bad at fighting, so they lose instantly, and Earth is taken over by the aliens. Nope, someone's dead somewhere. Yeah, I ain't getting over there to help you, buddy. Where is the examinable? There's the examinable. And then stand up here so I don't get electrocuted. So you managed to get your light back, so you're technically immortal, except where the game decides you aren't. And
They'll say this login is perfect. I'm pulling all kinds of data on Cabal flight movements. Zavala will love this.
Also,
Happy to oblige, friendly ghost. Marking additional caches.
Thank you for the electrocution, incidentally. Yeah, so via kind of MacGuffins, you get your light back, so you're immortal, except when the game tells you you're not. And then you're kind of gathering up the people who scattered from Earth to mount a counterattack. Incredibly basic, that's all there is to it. And the characters I'm not familiar with, kind of like the three main generals, I think they were added in the Destiny 1 DLC, because they were not in the base game. That is 100% sure. And I guess that was Bungie's attempt at adding characters to their game. And... oh, don't fall off the edge. And their effort in making characters are horribly bland stereotypes. You have the tanky guy who's all business and doesn't like joking around. You have the wizard lady who's stubborn and super powerful and doesn't say very much. Then you have the smart-mouthed rogue robot who will never shut up and talks like a Borderlands 2 objective over and over and over. They're not good characters.
I think they're onto us.
Yeah, I think they are, yes.
What did you ask?
And their biggest mistake, honestly, was that the first of the three characters you get sent after is the smart-mouthed robot, who I hate. Everything he says is just how the NPCs in Borderlands talk to you when they're giving you... when they're giving you an objective. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Need to get back up there now, though. You know, it's like, state objective, do non sequitur joke, restate objective, say something that's not connected to objective, correct themselves, uncorrect themselves, restate objective, end on a joke. That's how he talks constantly, and there's no heart. And that's a very bizarre complaint to make, but the game has no soul. And I don't even think I'm qualified to be making that observation, but honestly, it's how it comes across. This is all like, it's like they put variables into a machine, and the machine shat this out. That's what this feels like. This is a heal I'm putting down, incidentally. Which I hope will counteract the... nope, no it doesn't really. Could you stop being electrocuted, please? This is lasting longer than the last time. There we go. This is not what I'm doing this time. I'm actually just... he's flowing. That one right there is flowing. I have to pick up bits that drop from them this time rather than specifically stand on the platforms. It's all the same factions that were in Destiny 1 as well. You're still stuck there, huh? You're just randomly levitating. I'm playing as the Warlock class, I believe it's called. The the Void Killer, Void Hunter, or whatever, their double jump is absolutely terrible. I wish I'd stuck with the double, triple jump guy.
Data cores the Vex are dropping. They contain answers to my questions.
Perhaps they are attempting to interface with the friendly ghost, and you, Captain, are in their way.
Oh, my heal isn't quite ready. Incidentally, I'm about level 14 at the moment. Level 20 is the max again. I should have been over there. Ow. Oh, you suck. Oh good, it's the same platform again. So I was kind of hoping as well that they would have expanded the classes to make them more diverse and less stale. But again, this is just all going back to the game has no soul. The classes all feel very dull. You get a grenade for each of them that changes based on 3 upgrade points. You get a double jump of some kind, and you get a special you can use every so often, which was the big Kamehameha blast thing I did earlier. Where am I going now anyway? Over there. It looks like I didn't need to come back this way to get there, but whatever. Hello, person who is level 18. Probably don't want to jump on that. He's fine. So I'll take a look at my character and say, oh yeah, I definitely want to come up here. Hello, friends. I didn't think my melee attack had any range, but it looked like I killed that one with it. Because I do have like a life seal melee attack. With a ridiculously long cooldown, making it largely useless. And that's my grenade, which I believe is like a Zarya ult type thing. Oh. Didn't realise the floor was the lich good. But we're immortal, so who cares? No, you don't need to revive me, it's fine. Good. Oh, see, that's what happens. I'll help him out. He did go out of his way to help me, I suppose. But it's only very particular story sections. Yep, just he's doing them all. Where you are not immortal. Because plot.
They want to tell me about the Virgo prohibition and how its algorithms are wrongly deployed for the Mars environment. How is that even relevant?
They say you lack a holistic perspective. According to the network, they are sending you help.
Uh oh.
I don't
every time.
Help.
The voice acting, by and large, you know, it's there. It's definitely voice acting. Actually, I wonder if I jump from the very top of that. That'd be better if I just glide at the apex. That might be easier. Let's try that. I accidentally picked a very annoying side mission. This was not on purpose. Oh, wait, you can't go back up? I thought you could go back up these. Actually, you totally can if I just teleport. Cannot access while in... Oh. Ooh. Fine. Yes, I accidentally picked a side mission that is basically perfectly illustrating my issues. Also, case in point, the Warlock's double jump. You kind of have to look up to glide up ever so slightly. There is also a blink teleport, but you can't guide it at all, and it's basically impossible to do any form of platforming with it. I've tried. I think at the end of the day, what Destiny 2 cements in my mind is that the only thing Bungie is good at is making acceptable first-person shooter controls for console games. That's really all they're able to do. I don't know where we're going after this. Ow. I can put down a shield. I think I'm going over there and then up there. Quickly before it becomes a lich good. Yeah, this looks about right, although that does not look like a jump I can make with my glide. If I had triple jump, I definitely could. Fanatic. Is it them shooting at me? It is. The ones who get stuck on the edge. Let's see. Or maybe I jump across there first. Ow. There's a public event incoming, so the other players around, I think there's actually 2 down there waiting. I've done that one that spawns down there before, but we could also do that one just so that there's more to do than like mild platforming. I think maybe I've just got to kill Vex to get their drops at this point. See if he drops something. That one vanished. That was at the back. He literally vanished. The AI is incredibly basic. Yeah, I've got to just pick stuff up. The AI is incredibly basic. Well, now I can pick up the one I dropped at least. And I don't know, it comes across like they didn't try. They did the minimum effort, and that was it. The ones down here don't drop the thing I'm looking for, huh? But honestly, what would be more worse is if they did try, and this is the best they can do. It's more than teleporting in, but it's irrelevant because they don't drop the item I need, apparently, even though they're the exact same enemy type. I need to get up there. Yeah, I can't do that with my jump. I honestly do, like, part of the issue as well is I should have just stuck to the class I played in Destiny 1. Hello, Storm Minotaur. It's my special weapon, it's a shotgun. Oh wait, no it's not, it's a taser thing. Forgot about that. It's not very satisfying to fire, but it's damaging. More shot. He dropped something. He dropped Encore 25. That's another thing. The guns are all still incredibly boring. And that could be forgiven if there was actual class diversity. Oh, that'll be the public event starting probably. But they all just feel the same. How many times have I fought these same spawns now? And it doesn't really make a difference. Even if they kill me, it doesn't make a difference. I'll just spawn 10 feet away. It's got a shield, it's almost gone. And there's also no reason why these shouldn't be dropping items I require because they're the same enemy types, but you very specifically have to be on that platform up there, apparently. Alright, so there's 3 other players down doing this public event, so I'll join in. You've got to kind of like defend this drill thing by staying in its AoE while fighting off waves of guys down here. Problem is there's constant airstrikes that will kill you. Like that, that's an airstrike. Eventually, when it lands. It's basically an insta-kill when it lands. The problem is, although you can fight off wave after wave of these guys, you have to stand in the AoE up here to actually make progress. That's 30% through. So the game is always online. You can form teams with your friends. There is a PvP mode, don't care about it. There is endgame raids, don't care about them. It's a weird situation because I went in not expecting much, but I still managed to get even less than I was expecting, if that makes sense. Like, this is supposed to be action-packed, the things I'm doing right now. It's not. I'm barely paying attention to what I'm doing, and it doesn't matter. Like, I just need to shoot in the general direction of an enemy and the auto-aim will point at where I need to hit. Every so often there's a bullet sponge enemy like the Honoured Colossus over here. Don't want to get shot by him for too long though. Oh, doggo. No, there's 2 of them actually. You've got fire. I've got fire too. Please don't burn my face. Got a little bit of chest armor as well. After this public event is finished, I'll look at that gun we got and the armor, see if it's better than what I'm using. It probably is. Oh, it's done. That was actually very quick. Last time I did this, it was just me and another guy, and it took a while. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, doing platforming sections as this character class is real bad.
They'd rather blow up equipment than let us take it. These Cabal don't have a lot of faith in us, do they?
I have no idea why that might be.
Aha ha ha! Anyway, sorry, wrong button. Inventory. So I'm playing as Void Walker class. I've got a bunch of skill points I haven't used because there's no point. I have the versions of my skills I want, and because there's like literally no diversity, there's nothing else to spend it on. I feel like I'm getting shot at. But you know, it's probably fine. I'm immortal anyway. 154, 153, so don't need that. 145, oh that's better. Didn't really make any difference to my total armor. 151, I am getting shot. 139, 136, oh 153. We'll try that one for size. So this is what it looks like. Oh good, it's another semi-auto rifle. And that same wave I've been killing has respawned. There is damage fall off at range for I think everything except snipers. Makes a weird noise when it fires the first shot of a magazine. It goes like brrr. You can make it, barely. You can make it, barely. Eh. It's such a struggle to do basic platforming. I could show you the blink, actually. I'll go back to the blink teleport. It's terrible. It is very poorly done. Now let's see. The blink teleport is there. Jump while airborne to teleport a short distance. Okay, let's do that. That's a pretty short distance. Barely made that gap. Now it does matter when you have momentum, I think. Oh hey, this one's already shocked, huh? Barely made it. I think with the blink I might have just enough movement to make this. Barely. Apparently there's one more somewhere. Over there probably. If I had to guess. I made it! Apparently the blink teleport was exactly what I needed.
Asher's ghost never talks about her encounter with the Vex. They keep telling me to come home. Anyway, this data is too valuable to pass up. There's one more access point at the top.
I tried to do an intricate jumping puzzle with this blink teleport though, on pipes in the second world, for those who are wanting specifics. Just could not do it.
Tell them to stop. I'm so sorry.
I have no way to do that. But the Vex seem to like you very much.
This is a riveting boss fight. Actually, the biggest problem is going to be when this gets electrocuted, which it's about to be. Oh, didn't make it that time. Goodbye, world. Please spawn me back up there at least. Okay, that's actually fine. This is not where I was. This is not where I showed my corpse either. It's probably healed to full now then. I know it's electrocuted, but I assumed it'd be wearing off soon. Apparently my assumption was incorrect. Now then. Quickly kill it before I have to do a jump. There. So I'm pretty sure I can't make that. Oh, I made it. Barely.
mind said one last thing as it died. It's afraid. Afraid of your light. The one thing in this galaxy it can't simulate. Probably old news to Ikora, but I'll ping the Vanguard.
Your query has terminated, Ghost. The Vex Collective hopes it has answered all of your questions.
Ow.
A user within the network named Osiris sends his regards.
Oh, Ikora definitely needs to know about that.
Alright, so we got another new gun and a token which you can hand into NPCs for things. The gun we got is 157. We can try it, I suppose. 136. It's a better helmet. And not better gloves. You just dismantle old crap for currency, but it's tedious. Didn't mean to go back to that, meant to go to the map. And there's a bunch more side missions to do on this planet. I'm supposed to be moving to a different one now, I think, but honestly, it's just... It's so bland. It's more bland than I ever thought possible when I went into this. It's full of nothing, it's tedious, it's badly made. The PC port is not good. The archaic things in place to watch out for hackers and whatnot, which makes it nearly impossible to capture for the purposes of video, for instance, is just... They focused on the wrong things. They don't seem to know what they're doing. They can't tell a story. They can't write characters. They don't know what humour is. They think they do, but then they find the one thing they think is humour and then do nothing except that. Like the poor sod who's having to voice that smart-mouthed robot. He sounds like a fine actor. He is given nothing to work with. Like, he can deliver deadpan and sarcasm and all that stuff. But you just get so sick of hearing it. But that's Destiny 2. I don't really have anything else to say about it. I would say avoid it. It's very bad. It's overpriced. It has no story. It's not as bad as the first one. That's about it as far as nice things I can think of. It's not as bad as the first one. There is an effort at a story. There's cutscenes and stuff, which the first one didn't even bother with because they were so full of themselves. But the arrogance is still there. They think they can get away with churning out flowchart crap, and that's what people want. And I disagree. Maybe they're right, but this isn't what I'm looking for. It's terrible. Definitely don't recommend it. Unless, even if you're looking for something like I was, if you just want something you can turn your brain off for a few hours a night, you'll still find yourself getting so bored. Like, honestly, playing Solitaire would be more interesting than Destiny 2. And on that sour note, it isn't often I cover games in this series that I don't like, but seeing Bungie and Activision and whatnot constantly defending their position, like, instead of revealing the next DLC for the game, right now, I just read this morning, they're preparing a conference to talk about the quote-unquote state of the game. It's never a good sign, is it? Anyways, it's Destiny 2. I'm playing the PC version, which came out a lot later than the console version. You have to get it through Battle.net. It was Blizzard that brought it to PC. I wouldn't recommend it, but I'll put some relevant link in the description box below. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and ta-ta for now.